I just crashed my new Kia. Now I have no Kia.
That's good. All right. Welcome to episode 45 of Bros.
Superback!
Bros, Pumps, and Beers. You know what, Jordan? We are super bad. I am the EST of Triple B Pat Gagne. He's Matt 2T's Gagne. He's the producer, Jordan, the Jackhammer. Superback.
Whoa.
Schofield and North End James.
That's it. That's all I got.
I feel like it's...
Nedge.
Yeah, it can't be like really high energy because like you're not that.
Nedge.
That's fair.
Yeah. It's your third week, though. I mean, I'm surprised you made it this long. I feel like I'm going to say that every episode for the next 4 or 5 episodes. So I feel like he's going to quit at some point.
I would say this is up there for some of my longest
Ninja
relationships I've ever had.
Emergency.
You're still trying to figure out what Nedge is?
Yeah. Ninja Emergency is a good start.
All right, well, Jordan's brain's working overtime.
Ninja Emergency Jube.
Oh, yeah, that was... Yeah, you tried. That's good.
I nailed it.
So, yeah, hey, guys. It's good to see you again. Yesterday's Saturday.
Correct.
Yeah, we actually had the chance to all see each other in an outdoor setting
Big if true.
because I was able to have my 30th and 31st birthday because, you know, COVID ruined the 30th one and Rand didn't do me a car parade because I don't have any friends.
No, and car
You can't
parades
do a
suck.
car parade on your street.
Yeah, that's true. That we've been over this.
Like, do we go down the front or the back?
Yeah, like it's a dead end street. So
I think
yeah.
we're missing the important fact that car parades suck.
They do. They were like a kid thing for like a couple months during COVID when COVID first started.
I wouldn't want any part of that.
Yeah.
I don't want to do that.
No.
It's awkward. What do? You honk? Do I disturb the neighbors? They're probably just enjoying their day, and then here's some assholes. Honk, honk, honk. No.
Can you imagine being a neighbor who had to be a part of the car parade? Like, you get in your car to just go, like, in front of your own house, kind of?
So the grad parades for all the grads last year in high school, that's what it was. Like, I was talking to one guy, and he's like, yeah, like, the neighbor actually got in their car and did a lap of the block, and it took them like 15 minutes to get back in their driveway. I'm like, that sounds awful.
Well, the best is
incredibly annoying.
Ray's grandma turned 95. It's either 95 or 94. I always screwed up. But
She's old.
Yeah, her mom, obviously Ray's mom is her close contact, so she actually loaded up grandma in a car and did the big loop around the city, stopped everybody, waved. So they did their own car parade. We were the last stop. Grandma was tired.
Yeah. Was she, like, super not impressed? She's like, what the fuck?
No, she loved it. Like, I'll give her credit. She's like 95. She's very, very like conscious of what's going on and like with it. And
she's like the queen mom.
I had a queen mom.
I prefer her over the queen mom because at least this grandma stands for something and isn't a fake establishment. I don't want to go into it.
She has a void missing in her life right now.
Yeah.
Okay?
You know who could fill it?
Simon from what culture?
I got callbacks everywhere. You guys remember William Hung?
I don't know if that's a callback.
Frozen Rome. She does.
But yeah, back to the birthday. I mean, Jordan, we actually participated. I did one throw and it was on our Instagram page.
Yeah.
We banged some chains.
Oh, I've never banged chains harder in my entire life.
Can we just talk about the confusion people had when we were continuously saying banging chains for the first hour?
Well, it took a while for people to realize we were talking about disc golf.
So context, we had my birthday in an open park.
The most made up Happy Land Park, which is like hilarious. That's
which is right
name.
across the street from a strip club, which is the greatest thing of all time.
A strip club with good Jamaican food, actually.
Yeah. Oh, really?
Yeah.
Thanks
Good
for
Jamaican
chains,
food
watch
there.
some strippers, man. That's
Not as good as K&S Island Grill.
Grab some jerk chicken. Call it a night.
Yeah. So
I mean,
After you jerk your chicken.
I'm sorry.
I was literally, come on, that was right there. I mean, I'm so glad you took that joke.
there's absolutely no way around
I mean, and
that
also
joke.
you should have went with jerk pork.
Can you make jerk pork?
Oh yeah.
You can make jerk anything, eh?
Yeah.
It's just the seasoning.
Yeah. I have some
Or
in my
raw or
fridge.
marinade, yeah, that's a lot.
I have some in my fridge.
James,
I'm
say
gonna
your-
put some
James,
wings.
can you apologize to Jordan?
You know
I'm
what?
going to apologize
When-
to Jamaica.
When
I'm not going to apologize.
the place, which we'll talk about, I guess, at some point, is up and running, I will do a proper Jamaican barbecue.
What? Let's just talk about it now.
Well, don't we have to finish up banging chains?
Yeah, just one little part with banging
Yeah,
chains
we were
because
banging
at that
chains.
Happy Land Park there is a disc golf course.
Oh my god,
Brawl.
easiest episode
No.
name ever. Done.
Okay.
Banging chains. Okay, good. I usually have to kind of rack my brain
Matt,
for those, but
you are not supposed to call it frolf. Disc golf players do not like that name. It's disc golf.
I know exactly 0 disc golf
No.
players. So I'm going to call it frolf.
You think you know 0 disc
There
golf
goes some potential listeners.
until you put it on your social media, and all of a sudden people are like, I didn't know there was a course there. I have to drive to blah blah blah, and you're like, oh, like I was making fun of this. But they're like, oh, like I didn't know you played. That sounds like looks like a nice day. You went out and played. 2 guys from our football team, James. I think I might have told you. 2 of the coaches are avid disc golfers.
Oh, gosh.
They're 2.
Golfers?
They're 2 of the. Let's say they coach a certain position opposite of me, and they are bigger gentlemen.
Yeah.
So you know who those.
I know
people
who those are.
But they were very excited. They're like, oh, you disc? I didn't know there was a thing there, and I'm sitting there and I'm like, do I have the heart to tell them I was mocking disc golf the entire time?
I will no longer mock disc golf because we tried it. It's hard.
Well, we didn't. You
did.
tried it.
The
Yeah,
wind was in my face.
Yeah, so you threw the disc. It went out of the scope of my camera. I couldn't find it. I was trying to find it, and then it hit a bunch of rocks.
I wouldn't say it's hard. It's just
Pat's.
Just
it's
not
not
easy.
good at it.
Yeah.
Which makes it hard.
No.
If I'm not good at something, it's
frisbee.
hard.
It's
3-year-olds can throw a
It's
frisbee.
like real golf.
Disc sports.
Disc sports.
Frisbee is a brand name. You just use an idiom.
Yeah. Oh my god.
We're calling it frolf 2
Okay,
seconds.
everyone
You know
stop.
what, Matt?
No,
that
don't
was
talk.
acceptable term in my
Everyone
eyes.
stop
Matt,
talking.
relax.
What is an idiom? I can't believe you just
No,
used that word.
Matt, relax. I'm gonna go wipe my tears with a Kleenex.
Yeah, see, that's an idiom. It's a brand name
After
that's used
after listening to my iPod.
Yes. So it's a brand name that is used in popular speech as like an actual noun.
Yeah.
So like Kleenex is actually facial tissue, but we call it Kleenex.
We call it Kleenex. Like you could have other MP3 players, but we called it an iPod.
Are you trying to get out of teaching phys ed or what?
Yeah, you're an English
No,
teacher?
see, we teach outside, so we have lots of time. So sometimes when the kids are playing and we have these ideas in our head, we pull our phones out and research stuff. Idiom is one of our favorite things to do. Oh, I think that's an idiom. And we go and we look it up, and usually it is.
Are you teaching outside this week? I hear it's gonna be great.
That's
It's gonna be a
super,
great week this
super.
week.
I'm probably not going to hate my job.
Well, it's the last snowstorm of the year that we usually get when we see.
We
the
said
light.
that.
Yeah, we said that 3
2
weeks
weeks ago, or whatever the fuck it was.
All right, and last thing about my birthday, James. I would like James to respond to this.
Bangin'Chains.
James showed up wearing camo shorts. James, I would like you to explain yourself.
No, he was wearing no pants.
No, but I would like James explain yourself. Who wears camo shorts?
Well, you never know when you're going to storm the Capitol, and you got to be ready to go. So, and yeah, I was ready to go. I was ready to go. More camo.
Are you
means
saying
I'm
we're
tactical.
planning to storm something related to Pallister? Because for the sake of the pod, super not in. Super fucking in.
We'll talk later. Let me know what time we're going. Everyone bring their camo shorts to the ledge.
What a weird
Do you still have a pair of camo shorts?
I'll add you to the Discord.
Oh yeah,
You know, I'm not gonna lie. I think
8chan.
about 5 years ago, I think I had about 3 pairs of camo shorts, and then like I grew up.
And then you lost.
I was
them.
a huge camo shorts.
Can I tell you that I've had camo shorts, but never standard camo? I had like the blue, black, and
Yeah,
white
you were.
camo.
I was gonna say you were a blue, black, and white guy.
I was.
Did
That
you
was
have
my
the
camo
orange one
shorts.
too?
No, orange was never my.
Did you have the big chain hanging from your pocket too, or what?
No, that wasn't. No. I was like low riding, like flipped hat. Yeah, I was in that era of
Matt,
Flipped hat?
yeah, color like camo Dickies
why are you shocked by this?
I would
don't
have picked
understand.
on you so much.
with a back flipped hat. Well, I was bigger than you.
There's a lot of big kids that are dorks.
Can we just confirm? I've never really asked James. James, in high school, you were kind of a dick, right?
Just say yes.
Yeah, like I mean, yeah, I was. Yeah.
I mean, you still cling to injuring Andrew Harris on the football field.
Yeah, knocked him out of the championship game. I got one thing he will never have, and that's a WHSFL championship. I still got time to get a Grey Cup.
Yeah, he sells cars now. Okay, so back off.
For now, till he starts playing again.
If we ever play CFL football again,
Well, the Rock's involved.
that's not a good thing. We don't want the Rock involved
Yes,
because
we
it would take
do.
away our
He might
game.
come to Winnipeg.
Hold on.
What if he-
Everybody stop.
He didn't play our game.
He was there for a cup of coffee.
Everybody stop. You always want the Rock
No,
involved.
you don't. Not if you're going to lose the most exciting brand of football on the planet. I'm not saying it's the most high quality, but if you just take the rules of the CFL and extrapolate them, I think it's the best football in the world.
As a new season ticket holder, partial season ticket
You're
holder.
not new anymore. You've had them for 2 years.
Welcome to the
Yeah, thank you.
to the club.
Thank you.
Thank you.
If there's no more CFL football, I will not be able to go to a game and see the guy who sits a row in front of us who wears the same shirt that says "Our balls are bigger" every game. Every game.
That was one of the
If you
greatest
don't have
campaigns
that
ever in
shirt,
CFL.
you're not a fan of the CFL. I love that the two shirts are "Our balls are bigger," and then the other one is where it was like a bunch of names of people who are like super not from Canada, and it was like, "We're diverse," and it was like,
Or the other.
"Way to go,
So they had
CFL."
Our balls are bigger campaign, and then they had the fair catch commercial that would run all the time, and it's just this guy waving his hand in the air, and then he
just
gets
getting
absolutely drilled.
Why? I don't get that.
Is there a point where you
There's
see
no
two?
fair catch in the CFL.
Bullshit.
Yeah.
You're a season ticket holder and you didn't know that?
That's real.
Can you come sit with us?
But
and
there's
not-
a 5-yard rule.
You know why? You know why he doesn't know that? Because he sits in the fucking nosebleeds.
No,
He
he
can't
doesn't
see.
actually.
Yes, you do.
Oh, sorry.
I sat in his seat.
With all the pores, I guess.
Yeah, you do.
Plebs.
Yeah.
You wait your turn, you get in the rum hut, and you have yourself a ball of a time.
I was gonna say, yeah, Jordan doesn't sit in the high end section either. He's in the student section, even though he's never been a student
Not here.
in the province.
He's also almost 30. Like, grow up.
First of all, the student section is long dead. That's the old stadium. Second of all, it's because I couldn't get tickets with my parents who sit on the 50-yard line like real fancy people.
They're in the shade too, aren't they?
Oh, yeah. My dad almost rioted when they tried to put him on the other side. I thought he was going to go in there.
Yeah, they're on the west side, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
East side, you get
Bill,
cooked. Yeah.
Bill and Janet have a connect for parking. They park right next to the stadium. They made friends with the guy and gave him coupons. That's
To what?
I mean, I can't say like it would ruin the deal, but they give him a little, you know.
So he gets
Palm,
free- he
little
gets free
greasy,
subs. He
gets
little
free
grease
Subway.
of the
Get a
palm.
Subway card or
Shut
what?
up, little greasy palm.
He gets that Happy Gilmore free Subway for life card.
He's not getting anything now because we don't.
Speaking of Subway, do you guys remember the old cut in the bun?
The U cut, yeah.
The U cut?
Is it
That
a
was
U cut
all-
or a V cut?
It was a U cut.
How do you cut it in a U?
Because if you do a V, it's to a point. A U is a sweeping motion under
Why
the
don't they
ends.
cut them like that anymore?
Because you can't fit as much in there. Because technically, like, you aren't using the full surface of the bread, and you have to fold everything down. So people were actually complaining that you can't fit enough.
I'm
in.
not complaining because it tastes way better that way.
It does. It does.
You know
taste
what?
better.
We
Wait,
got
hang
asked
on.
for the
Hang
U
on,
cut
I got
for
a question.
years.
I got a question. What the fuck are you guys talking about?
The U cut. So what we used to do is, you know, with Subway now, like they'll go down the side of the thing, and
Yeah.
it'll just be like a Pac-Man style face thing.
Okay.
It used to be like you would go kind of on a slight angle, and then you would sweep like a U around the edge. So
Okay.
basically, you'd take the top off like it was a toupee, if you
Okay,
will.
that makes sense.
Okay.
Now going to James, how does that make it taste better?
It doesn't.
It just does.
It just does.
Yeah.
It just does. For whatever reason, it's just a pocket of flavor.
The uproar. That
Stop,
happened.
Jordan. Stop for a sec. What?
No. I understand what you're saying because now it all settles in the crevice. So now I'm not getting the same distribution with each bite of my sub. With
No,
the
it
U-
doesn't settle in the crevice.
Yes,
not
it-
if you're
yes.
not if you're making it correctly. You need to talk to your sandwich artist about that the next time you
I'm
go.
sorry.
I
Matt,
barely want to speak to
Matt,
my sandwich.
I would like you
They
to-
just know what I want.
That's why your
I would
quality
like you to
is poor.
stop. What did you call the employees?
They're called they're actually called sandwich artists.
No, they're not.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what you put on your resume.
It's like at Starbucks, you're a barista.
It's on my resume.
Okay, that makes sense.
No, it doesn't.
No, it doesn't.
I was a terrible sandwich artist. I was really good on the cashier, though.
Stop.
I could handle like
stop.
3 or 4 things.
Stop.
at once.
You worked at Subway?
Of course, I worked at Subway. Why? How would I not work at Subway?
Because you're a fancy boy.
There was 80 different inns, depending on which Subway I wanted to go to. What do you think my job in the summer was? Like, I'm gonna go try to get a job somewhere else. Like, no, I'm gonna take the chip shop walk-in
Could
job.
you imagine Jordan getting a landscaping job in the
No. I would
blisters?
I would embarrass the shit
Hold
out
on.
of. I would embarrass
I
the
have to
shit.
play in the mud.
I would embarrass the shit out of everyone because I'd be able to lift more than them, and I'd drive a nicer car.
So can I go to Subway and ask for the
Listen,
U-cut?
if you're gonna go down that path, you're getting a sassy response. I
No,
don't know-
no,
I
you
don't know
can't
what
ask
you're
for the
all
U cut
looking at.
anymore. They won't do the U cut.
They don't know we don't teach it. They don't teach it. I'm not a part of the world anymore. They don't teach it.
I'm not part of that life. That's not my life no more.
I'm out.
Okay, and Jordan,
Actually, at the time, I didn't drive a very fancy car. It was nice though. It was like a Chevy Cruze. I love that vehicle.
So, like, the updated version of a Cavalier.
Or it was a Cobalt. It was a Cavalier, then a Cobalt, then a Cruze. But yeah,
but Jordan, back to you.
read a book.
You're fancy.
Sorry.
Congratulations, big ups to Jordan and the wife. Purchased a home.
Yay!
Thank God, so we stopped getting updates about how much he's getting outbid. How frustrating was that?
Wow, you guys didn't say anything. You're not fucking coming to the cookout.
How many times do I need to congratulate you?
That's true. I feel like James has been like, because James is so integrated in almost every part of my life. I think James has seen 5 different group chats where it's like, "Hey, I got a house now."
And you know what?
Every time James is like, "Congrats!" We probably just have it on auto, like copy and
And
paste.
it's like James,
It's an auto reply.
I feel like the day after you told James, he woke up and texted you that morning. He's like, "Good morning, Jordan. Really psyched you got a house."
Yeah,
I'm sure
big
he's
that kind of guy. I mean, it's not.
They
I'm
have
definitely,
ESPN with each other.
I'm definitely not keeping track of who's congratulated me or not, which is good that I'm not doing that.
It's important to keep lists of that, though.
Yeah, but I wouldn't do that.
Who would be that petty?
So, yeah, no, we got a house. We didn't have to bid for it. It was one of those deals where like 2 or 3 lucky things happened. I did buy the house without my wife seeing it though.
How is that even a thing?
Yeah.
There's no way that
I
would
wasn't even allowed
fly.
to go in an open house without Ray.
So basically, it came up really fast. I had a connection that got us in there really fast.
Oh, Jordan had a connection. Shocking.
I brought the true eyes of the Schofield family, named Janet Schofield. So she was the one who came with me because Ree was at work. And basically, it was such a good deal, and we thought it was such a good place that Ree was like, "I trust you and your mom. If you think it's good, put an offer down." What was key, though, is we put a home inspection in there. So if Ree hated it when we came back later, we could have,
That's why when I sold my house, I told them they couldn't have a home inspection.
Exactly.
You can't back out of it.
So
give me my money now.
But Ree came later and liked it. But I think we saw it and bought it in under 3 hours.
I think.
It was
Did
fast.
you walk into the house with like a money in the bank briefcase and was like, "We're ready to go, we're cashing it right now"?
The real estate agent we had.
The heist of the century.
The real estate agent literally had walked in, looked around for 10 minutes, went back to his car, put an offer in his back pocket, and he's like, "I think we're right in the wheelhouse." He was pretty on.
You know my favorite part about this new house Jordan bought is the basement isn't finished. So all I can't stop thinking about Jordan with a hard hat on doing renovations in his basement, which would never happen.
Oh, it has to happen now.
You just
With
be
the
putting
cost-
nails into just boards.
with the
Nothing's happening.
with the cost of well, no, something would happen. Like, I'm not saying it's gonna go on the wall straight.
You'd have a nail wall.
Maybe I could program.
Hey guys, I'm practicing. You want to see?
Can I program the basement in? Like, you think I could just write it in like HTML5? No, what the basement's gonna be, because lumber.
I'm gonna make a graphic of Jordan with a hard hat on with a hammer.
Yeah, so I'm gonna have a family friend of mine help me finish it, and by help me, he's gonna tell me what to do, and I'm gonna try not to fuck up every moment of the way.
It's gonna be drywall hanging
Yeah,
on an angle.
sometime next December, the basement's gonna look like a war zone.
I'm not handy either.
No,
but I can
I'm not.
The
I'm
picture,
not.
the picture, the whole event I see in my head is
Me with a hard hat's a hilarious vibe. It's a really
Jordan's friend coming and helping him, and then he's like, "Okay, we're gonna bring in this drywall," and Jordan's lifting the drywall and go, "Fuck, this is easy." He goes, "Now I gotta put it on the wall." The fuck?
Where's this? Where's the peeling stick?
I could see him doing one slab of drywall and then looking over with a big smile on his face, like
Oh,
he did
yeah.
a good job. And then the friend is like,
You
"Okay,
guys,
now there's
do you guys
300
ever
more."
watch? Do you guys ever watch like Top Gear with Jeremy Clarkson? That's me. It's like, look, it's my genius, and I'm just like hitting stuff with hammers, and I'm like, I am a man of action. Yeah, no, I think my job will be find people who can do the basement and pick things up and bring it to them in the basement.
Pick things up and put them
Jordan,
down.
yeah, Jordan's true calling is, "Hey Jordan, we need you to move this drywall downstairs." Gotcha. I'll see you in 20 minutes.
Yeah,
and I'll just be lifting as much as I can. Probably hurt myself because I overlift
Hang on,
it.
I'm gonna improve on it. Hard hat on,
Yes.
brand new tool belt that's never been used.
Old Dickies pants and safety gloves.
Oh, and
For
100%
sure,
they're
big
holding
safety gloves,
blueprints.
yes.
Blueprints to what? We're not sure.
Yeah.
But he's got blueprints. And at noon he goes, "All right, boys, lunchtime." He's gonna have one of those metal lunch boxes.
If you
Ready
think
to
I'm
go.
not wearing my new glasses around the edge of my nose while looking at the blueprints.
And for sure got 2 pencils in each.
Pulls
One
out the
big
thermos,
pencil each
pours a
hand.
cup of coffee in there.
Actually, you know what? If it was like, "Hey Jordan, we need you to figure out like how much drywall fits on this wall," and they were like, "Can you do a formula?" I'd be like, "Fucking yes!" I wrote out a complex series of. Each drywall is approximately 2 feet wide, and
I feel
because
like
of
all,
Where are you buying drywall?
what?
Where are you buying
I
drywall?
don't know how wide drywall is. Is it 2 feet wide?
No, they're all like a standard sheet of drywall is 4x8.
What happens if the drywall gets wet?
It falls apart.
It becomes a wet wall.
I knew that was coming.
That's what he set that up.
What
He
happens?
alley-ooped
What
it.
happens if you paint it multiple colors? Does it become Wonderwall?
I said maybe.
Maybe. That's a callback. That's
Yeah,
a
that is a
callback.
callback.
Oh, okay.
I'm not cutting that.
I don't want you to, Jordan.
No,
I'm just
why
really
not?
excited you got a house, and I know for a fact you went in that basement. And
If Chris Jericho helps me, is it the walls of Jericho?
Oh, Christ, that's good.
Thank you.
That's good.
Nice.
But I Jordan going into his basement and going, okay, where's the TV and the PS5 going to go, and where are we recording the podcast? That's all he's worrying about in that house now. Yes.
Already have that mapped out.
Absolutely, yeah. It's in the blueprints that you're going to hold.
It's in my mind.
Oh, that was great. All right.
It's in my mind.
So I think it's time, looking at Jordan, to talk a little beer.
Hold on though.
Oh,
We
what
had our
a
first-
swerve!
Wow.
What a swerve!
We had our first listener question,
Oh.
and it's about beer.
Sorry,
Oh,
what?
okay.
So let's go into it.
All right, yeah. So the question was, Matt, you remember it because I don't.
Are we were asked to address, are we can drinkers or are we glass drinkers? That
Oh
was the
yeah,
other
okay,
option.
yeah, that's
I'm okay with
interesting.
talking about that. That'll lead nicely into the beer. Nice segue after that.
Yeah, it's better than you always being such a stickler about like when we go into the beer and whatnot.
Okay. Jordan talks last. So, isn't there like a reason you would put it in a glass though? Don't you want to put it in a glass?
And that's why there's different beer glasses too.
Bullshit.
Matt, I feel like this is you and James, so knock yourselves out.
Well, I mean, there's
Matt, I
whiskey
feel like
glasses,
this
correct?
is just
Like
you. Knock
specific-
yourself out.
specific glasses for whiskey. So there are IPA glasses. Those are like kind of like rimmed. I have. They're like kind. They're not tulip. Are they tulip glasses? They might be tulip glasses.
Can I ask what that does?
Aerates it different.
Better than one lip, am I right?
Allows air to come in different, and it allows like the head to collect better. And then there are stout glasses.
Which are like your standard pint glasses. Like,
See, I always thought putting it in a glass was just because you want to drink it faster.
no.
No.
Okay.
Like a stout, you never want to. You can drink it from a can, but you're not doing it justice.
No, because it needs to breathe.
What's the beer you have to roll the can?
Wheat beers.
Wheat beers.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because you get sediment in that.
But so there's the tulip glass.
There's a tulip glass. There's a IPA glass. There's a like a pint glass.
Tulips are my favorite. Like the glass.
Yeah.
I love like it's like the low. Is that the one where it's like? Oh yeah, fuck the mic's far away. Thank you for not hearing me. Is that the one where you like? It's like no, that's a sifter. Is it a sifter?
The one with a stem.
Yeah, it's like a super short stem with a wide like wine glass bottom.
Yeah.
And then, but it's almost like wide, like wine glass bottom, super short stem, like as if you could barely fit your fingers under the glass, and then the glass is on top of that super short stem. And
Yeah.
I feel like it's very like
Cognac.
very yes, cognac. Yes.
I'm not gonna sit here and pretend I'm like a glass expert. I actually should do more research on it because I do drink absolutely every type of beer, and I did get a beer glass set as a housewarming for my first
James,
house.
are you
so-
actively looking it up?
I am.
Okay, because I feel like that should super be my job as the
But
producer.
I just
but thank you for your service.
like, does it do every beer justice more to put it in a glass?
Yes. Beer is not meant to be drank out of a can or
But
a
I
bottle.
think
for that matter.
I think like you
unless
lose.
you're drinking like
Can I tell you something though, Matt?
Generic.
Like you're right about that because with some craft beers, I'll drink the first one. And I'll try to get two if I can of everything because I can have one in a glass and one in a can, which is probably stupid financially, but whatever.
no, it sounds.
I know.
super
I try,
logical.
but I think sometimes I'll drink it. I almost have to do the glass first because I'll drink it from the can and have an opinion, and then I'll pour it in a glass and go, shit, I wish I saw that before I drank it the first time. I don't know why that matters, but it's like something about the color of like even the beer I'm going to review, like the color of it does change. I think it does subliminally change how you feel
It's
about
like
the
we
taste.
eat with our eyes first, so presentation is key.
And your nose too. I think it's like better if it's I
That's-
think
that's what I was gonna
so
say.
I'm a big glass person. Like I try to put it in the glass every chance I get. First time, if it's like okay, it's my 70th time having this beer, I'll drink it out the can. I
Yeah.
don't care. But I try to put it in the glass every single time.
Yeah, I would say glass is better than can, but I like to party, and I'm going to keep it in the can most
Hell
of the
yeah.
time, and it's not that much of a deal breaker for me.
Yeah.
But I will say, like, stouts, 100%. I am not drinking it out of a can.
You know what else there is like there is the idea that I find that like with the Pat, you gave us a set of glasses for the podcast, which was very nice. That you just fucking got here. You
You didn't have any extras in the back?
So this glass you gave us fits almost the whole can.
Yeah.
So it's funny because I will pour it out and I'm like, you know what, this is perfect. Because I'll drink a bit and I'll leave it in the fridge and I'll come back and just drink the rest out of the
Or
can.
I just slug whatever's left in this can.
Right, but that's what I mean. I don't know. I just kind of try to like figure out the middle
Matt's a
ground
big
of it.
slugger.
Yeah.
I don't drink slow.
No, I can see you probably don't eat slow.
Me and my father-in-law drink the exact same way. So like when we go to Florida, when we're allowed to go to Florida,
Yeah.
we'll like bang out a 2-4 of a Yingling. That's our American beer of choice.
Nice.
2-4 Yingling in like no time at all, and my wife and my mother-in-law will be like,
How do you
need more beer already?
How do you
Well,
drink?
I
How do you drink it? I'll go first. I drink till I don't feel anymore. So how do you, like, what do you do?
Generally speaking,
How does this happen?
I drink to forget.
Oh,
Me too.
okay.
Yeah, I drink till the hurt doesn't hurt no more.
Obviously, James, you drink to party.
I drink to party, but I think this is a good time to bring up alcohol.
And Pat
It's
drinks
anonymous.
it. Yeah.
I drink because I need something to do with my hands. I don't know.
Someone told Pat when he was younger that it would make him taller. What a fucking lie that was.
I wish it was a little bit. I don't know why.
I wish I was a. I can't.
So
I
wait,
don't
if
know
I
the rest of it.
drinking out of these tall cans isn't going to make me taller.
No.
Pat, you drank your whole life out of Stubbies, huh?
There's a joke
You-
sitting there
you know-
that I'm not gonna take.
You think
You would know better than us, Pat.
You think it would hurt less as weeks go by, but I feel like it's just getting worse. And I was like,
You did a whole segment.
I was
on
full
it.
on joke wise. I was like, oh, this is gonna be a great bit, and now it's like continuing.
It's
and I'm like,
spiraled, right?
I want this to stop.
When does it end?
I log off and I go to Rand. I'm like, they're making fun of me again. She goes, well, you should have fucking said anything.
Opened up Pandora's box.
I really did. All right, so I think we're all in agreement. Glass.
Oh, is this gonna be
Glass
a
is
weekly
better.
thing? I think glass is better. Can we get Matt? Can you collect questions through the Instagram
Just about
we
beer.
will
Just about
about
beer.
beer.
Yeah.
Just beer questions. Yeah, we'll do it. And then one day we'll do a YouTube video for those of you who've seen it, like Letterkenny Talking Ag. For those of you who've seen that show, if you haven't, just look it up on YouTube. And that's how I want to do any sort of future YouTube call-in
And
show.
I think it's because like we're not experts, so I think it's just we're just talking through, and it's just kind of interesting take from everybody. I think Matt knows. Sorry, Jordan. Matt probably knows the most about beer here.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and I think me and James. Just
I think there's like one or two beers I might be able to come close.
So like,
Yeah.
James
No, I
likes to
don't.
party, and I like learning things. So I think that's an interest. Jordan, good producer work there.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I mean,
All right, so
not all good looks and hilarity.
new house too. Transitioning now.
You're
I'm
none of
looking.
those things.
I'm looking James's way into the Corpor corner. Just made that up. It's pretty good.
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah.
Corpona.
So I'm gonna go to James. Lead us
No.
off for the beer reviews this week.
right.
What are you
Yeah,
what are you
no,
what are you
probably
drinking?
not.
We're gonna kick it off a little bit of Codename Ghost by Half Pints. Continuing on with the IPAs as usual. It seems,
Corpors.
but at least the New England style this week. In terms of New England style IPAs, I don't know. I don't know where this would exactly rank in the city. I would say the New England 66 at Barnhammer is probably better. But this is strong. I mean, there's not much difference between the New England style IPAs in the city between the different breweries. I find that this one is a little lighter, whereas the 66 is a hazier IPA is what I've found. But this one's good. It is a little bitter for my liking.
Really?
Yeah, it is a little bitter for my liking.
I would say that beer's not for everybody.
Yeah,
Really?
Yeah, in terms of sweetness for IPAs, you would think that the New England style ones would be a little bit easier for people to kind of get into. This one I probably wouldn't recommend if you're just getting into beer.
That's a very good statement. I would not suggest that to like someone who's just entering craft beer.
Yeah, no, but it's good. Like, don't get me wrong. I respect the product that they put out there. It's a competitive beer, if you want to say it that way. But if I'm going to give it a rating, it's probably going to be 3.5.
Okay. I think it's
A little low for me.
yeah, I think it's very much like I don't think you can hate that beer, but you can really love that beer.
Yeah, and you did say 66 is probably better. I prefer 66, but it's right there.
Yeah, it's a good beer. Like, I'm not. There's. I don't have anything really negative to say
also-
about it. Like, it's just.
I'm also a New England IPA
Yeah.
absolute monster. Like I'll drink that to like.
I love them. No, they're good. They're really good.
I'm surprised when I'm seeing you drinking stuff that's not IPAs. You're that much of an IPA guy.
Matt's converted me completely.
So
Like,
I went
absolutely
through-
completely.
Just quick aside, I went through this in the winter because there's a lot of stouts that come out. I was grabbing like all these stouts, like heavy stouts, and I'm like, man, I can't drink several heavy stouts in a row. And then friend of the show, Scott Bonner,
Shout out
Scott, was like, well, man, mix it in an IPA. And I was like, wait a second, what? If you'd go stout IPA, you can drink stouts forever.
You think so?
It cuts through that heaviness of the stout because the hops are so, like they just cut through the acidity of the hops almost.
And James, if we want to follow you on Untapped, how can we do that?
Well, once again, you can follow me at JC Sizzle.
Really sticking,
You're going to really have to speak up when you say that.
JC Sizzle.
sticking with it.
Yeah, I'm going to stick with it a little bit longer. I think it's picking up traction. I've got so many new followers on Untapped now. So many.
Okay,
I can't keep
why?
up with the notification.
Like, are we the only people on Untapped with our real names? Like, why is everyone else like a pseudonym? Like, I got followed by someone who is like has a picture of Mario and his name is like Lasagna or something.
No,
like,
Legacy. That's a French name, man.
It might be a good way
oh my god, that's a real person. I
think so.
Legacy.
Al Legacy. Yeah,
Oh
he's a real person.
my shit.
Shout out Al.
Yeah.
I mean, Al, I am so sorry. You have a
Al
picture of
Lasagna.
Mario. I was Al Lasagna. I mean,
It's his Halloween costume, I'm sure.
oh Legacy.
All right, so
Paul, let me know if I said that correctly.
It's Al.
Legacy.
Oh, you're saying pal. Oh, okay, I understand what you're saying.
I'll go next this time.
Yeah, you can. This is a
Is he
true
a
name.
brother of Manny
I
Legacy?
picked up a black wheat.
Spelled differently.
Product from Black Wheat Brewing Company. I got the Reality Check, which is a Czech style pale lager. Sorry,
Figure it out.
4.8% alcohol. It's one of those ones there's not much to say about it. It's really nice to drink. It's not gonna blow me away, but I think it's their core port, right? It's something that they're always gonna have on tap at their brewery. It's
I
something
think they only have core pours right now.
Yeah, so it's something that they've really put a lot of time into. It's really
Has
solid.
anyone ever released a first beer that's not a core pour? Like, could you imagine if they just came out and they're like,
Small
"Hey
batch.
guys, yeah, here's our first beer. It's a small batch."
You're never gonna see this again.
Yeah,
but here it is.
But here it is.
But yeah,
Hope you like it. Yeah, fingers
for
crossed.
a new brewery, I think everything I've tasted from them is really solid, and I think that's what you want with your core pours. You don't want a core pour to suck, and this definitely doesn't. So
That's a great business strategy.
well, it's true. But you know what I mean,
Don't
though,
suck.
right? You know what I mean, though, right? Like.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna, people. I hate the blueberry beer from TCB, but people like that, and that doesn't
Lots
suck.
of people like that.
I don't think it sucks, but it's not something to go to. This is something I would pick up on the regular. I think it's solid like that, but it's not gonna get a really high score for me. So you can follow me on Tap Pagani. The Reality Check from Black Wheat Brewing. I'm gonna give it a 3.5 as well. I think it's just a solid outing by them, and I think that's not much more to say. It's a lager. It's really solid. I enjoyed it. So we'll go to Jordan now for his review. He's really pondering.
Yeah. You know what? I've been thinking about this since I started drinking it. So I got the Belgian spice from Nonsuch. I was supposed to do this in early March, and I kept forgetting it was in my fridge. And it literally says on here February 25th is when it was bottled. And I'm drinking. What are we now? April 11th. So I'm a big aged beer guy. So 2 months really knocked it out of the park.
Way to go.
So yeah, 6
What
weeks.
a time 2 months ago.
Yes. No, I sold the condo around that date, so I was kind of like, holy shit.
Full of optimism.
Yeah, I thought the world was a fair and just place. So this is really interesting because at first when I poured it, I was expecting a little more of a hef, like the Belgian spice, and it really isn't that. Matt, talk through the sip, please.
So he said hef. I'm actually on my second beer, and I'm having the Horseshoe Hefeweizen, which Jordan also reviewed. It's very good. A lot of banana and biscuity notes, like Jordan said.
Yeah, you're bang on, Matt. And transitioning back after that sip, I think the spice it's almost like I was expecting more spice. What I'm getting is a lot of the banana. Like it's a lot more of that kind of like a sweet lean, which is interesting. I'm actually having trouble like quantifying how I want to rank it. Like I am genuinely struggling to figure it out.
This is the first.
Which is the first, yeah. Like it's really good, and I love. It's 7.6%, which I absolutely love, and it's extremely easy to drink. Like I'm almost on the bottle, and by bottle I mean like the 750 milliliter bottle. So this reminds me. This is a positive because it reminds me of Old Ale X. And Matt, you know where that lands in my heart. That 10% absolute banger.
The title will always make me chuckle.
It's awesome.
And mislead me because it makes me think of Molson X.
Isn't it? No, but isn't like that the coolest? Like, can you just if you add X to anything, it's like, oh hey, my name is like.
Well, X gonna give it to you. Yeah. R.I.P.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Where it's like he's in X Games mode.
It's actually named after
Can you
his
say
kid,
like
who's
what's
Alex.
like what's the goofiest
Alex.
thing ever? Like, what if it was like, hey, my name is Mickey. Mickey X.
Stop stalling and rate
Yeah,
the beer.
what's the rating, man?
No, but like, what if Mickey Mouse was like,
Just rate
Mickey
the
X?
beer.
Rate the beer.
Okay, so the beer, I'm gonna give it a 3.75. Okay. I don't know if it's quite a 4, but like an old ale X, because I mean that's 10% and it's smooth. This is 7.6, and it is really good. I just don't. It's just putting my brain in a bit of a blender. So you can follow me at jsco55 on Untapped.
Such boring names.
Listen, I'm just happy I remembered to say it. But that's honestly, I would really suggest everyone gets it, just because it's just different. I'm just trying to figure out where I put it in the pantheon.
Wow.
Good word.
Thank you. Of beers that I've drank. So, Pat, as you.
No, thank you for paying attention.
Who was it?
Matt,
sorry.
batting cleanup for us.
I couldn't remember at this point.
See,
Who's
get
this
the beer
beer?
more ready.
It's ready.
So I am having and I apologize to Devil May Care because I just cannot not pronounce it this way. The Annunciator.
It's okay. Some of us mispronounce the Devil May. Yeah.
So the Annunciator from it's a double
spell it
block.
out, man.
Right. It's a double block coming in at 8%.
You guys are such nerds.
It's a super easy.
Listen, we were
drinking
banging chains on the weekend.
Relax.
Fuck off, Dad.
It's a super easy drinking 8% too, which is dangerous.
Yeah.
Sign me up.
It's I'd say pretty standard as far as doppelblocks go. You get it's malty. You get notes of raisin and notes of grapes. It's a little sweet. I would almost want it to be a little sweeter. Deck the Halls, I think it was called, from Fort Garry.
Yeah.
That one, or Bach the Halls, I think it was. Bach the Halls. It was a little
So
sweeter,
good.
and I found I really like that. This is a little bit more bitter than that. I would assume from the malts, but it's good. It's quite good. I wouldn't say it's something that like you're gonna like grab 3 of and just like fire them back. It's not that sessionable or drinkable, if you will, but it's very solid, and it's something I would suggest starting your night off with because it gets you real fuzzy inside.
Yeah, okay.
So if you follow me on Untapped at Gagne Matt.
Now for those at home, it's with how many T's?
2.
Okay, thank you.
Ghosties.
I'm going to give this a 3.5. It's solid. It's right there in the middle. It's 3.5 is like my benchmark. If you can get to a 3.5, you are a good beer.
It's re-drinkable.
Doppelbox.
It's something I would grab and be like, yeah, I'm going to grab that.
Doppelbox sit in my top 3 favorite beer styles because I love how smooth they are. Most of them, just the general style, very easy to drink, high ABV. And that's why I love them. Like you said, they're nights, like start your night off. Doppelbox are the ultimate night starter beer.
Yeah,
you just have one to start and you're like, wee, and now you're just like off.
Also, Imperial Stouts. Big fan of starting the night off with a little
but those are
10 or
those
12%.
are heavier though, right? Like that's
They're
what makes
heavy,
them
but then you
tough.
follow it up with a couple of double IPAs and you're having a
And
real
then you're
good
off and
time.
running.
It gives a nice base, nice little layer base.
Yeah. It's like when you baste a turkey and then you just keep basting it after that. That's what the Imperial. I don't know if that's a good analogy, but it seems good in my head.
Made sense to me.
I said base, not
The,
base.
the Imperial Stout is the I'm having bread before we go party of beers.
Bingo.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
having some soak.
Except it's like the complete opposite of having bread. It doesn't soak it up, just like
So we'll do a quick recap.
I'm coating my stomach with alcohol, guys. It's gonna be fine.
JC Sizzle had Codename goes from half pints to give it 3.5. At Pat Gagne had the, let me check again, reality check from Black Wheat Brewing Company, gave it 3.5. JSco 55 had the Belgian spice from Nonsuch, he gave it 3.75. And at Gagne Matt tried something new with
I like
2
this.
T's. Had the Annunciator from Devil May Care. He gave it a 3.5 on Untappd. And we go to Jordan for the Winnipeg Beer News of the Week.
Okay, so Jordan, don't get mad at me.
No.
I'm following along. If I cut you off,
It's
to
fine.
add. It's
No,
to add.
I have it this week. I am locked.
I'm
in.
gonna add on.
As host of the show, I would like to say I would like both of you to share.
Everybody get along.
I'm locked in. Okay, so we're starting off with Kilter this week. I had this beer yesterday at Pat's soiree, his get-together, safely distanced outdoors. A dank and hoppy West Coast IPA called Throwback. It was quite good, as I said.
Dank's the best word of all.
JSCO 55. Feel free to go grab one. Let me know what you think. Nonsuch has come out with the Double IPA. And this one,
Great name.
Awesome name. So it's a blend of the Belgian Double, and I noticed Nonsuch is doing a lot more of like, what do we do really well, and how can we put a spin on it nowadays? So that's the game. That was the loudest can crack I've ever heard through a microphone in my entire life.
She fresh.
I think I'm deaf now. But no, this one's really great. So citrus and grapefruit hop notes, a mild bitterness on this IPA. So feel free to give that a grab as well. So this is the most interesting beer news of the week. It looks like TransCanada Beer has finished up the Golden Ticket brew. Matt, I am so sorry because I know you tried your damnedest this year to win that.
4 packs.
You bought plenty of packs. We all did because we were just thinking like, how funny would it be to have a bros like, but could you imagine if we won and we made the Bros Bumps and Beers beer?
And can we just talk about how one of the things, if no one claimed it, there was an essay contest. I actually started writing.
Yes, Pat started writing an essay. Like we were trying our damnedest to win it. But
He made a mead though, right?
this gentleman, it's just me.
Oh, sorry.
If you talk poorly about meads, I will take a hoppy pollinator and no, that's bad. I will ask you kindly to drink it with a funnel. All right, he made Misbehavin'. So this is, you know what I liked about this? He didn't just go in and make a lager. Okay, the guy made an extra special bitter with buckwheat honey, using local ingredients, and as a home brewer, he said he's been working on this for like this style for a little while. So it's not a mead, even though it has honey in it.
Yeah.
And I think that's kind of cool. Like if we won that, I would have been pissed if we walked in and we're like, we're making a Pilsner. Like, no, I want something like ridiculous because I think that's why you should do it, is to do something
a quadruple IPA.
Yes, like we need to do something so banana land that it's with bananas.
A banana IPA.
Torque has the Lichtenheiner. Oh my God, how have I never said that before? The Lichtenheiner, it's a smoked, I should have took a closer look at this. This is a sour smoked, low gravity German wheat beer. It's a cross between a Roche, which is smoked, and a Berliner Weiss, the sour. Okay, well, I'm going to get one of those. I should have took a closer look at that. And then Vessel, continuing to just dance on us with cans.
Yeah.
The Tip Up My Tongue, a triple IPA, an unreal can, 10% ABV,
Oh, no.
melon, citrus, and grapefruit. Buckle in before you have that. That looks like it's going to be a rip. And then Sucrums has a silver can. You know what that means? It's a rye ale. Grab at your own risk.
Means it's going to be good.
5.2% Amarillo and Comet hops. You know what? It is going to be good, but like the bit is that I don't like them, so I feel like I have to go down there now. One Great City, Aromatherapy, very interesting. A coconut lemongrass New England IPA. Okay,
Really?
One Great City, I need you to do me a favor.
Put it in cans.
Put it in cans. Like, we love you guys. We've worked with you before.
Friends of the show.
Friends of the show. Not everyone can get to One Great City all the time. All the other breweries are putting stuff in the queue, in Beer Boutique, and all over the place. Like, just follow along and help us out. We want to enjoy your stuff. We want to review it, but it's difficult for people to be able to come to the brewery and physically pick it up from you. So,
I work 5 minutes away from there.
yeah, but like you are not. I'm talking for everybody. Like if you live like Matt,
You don't matter, James.
Like
I don't care
Matt,
about
Matt has to drive a long way to get beers. Like he, with all due respect to the liquor mart, it's genuinely like Matt just goes to the liquor mart because it's Matt has to drive like 20-25 minutes to get a beer. So
I look at the Liquor Mart website 3 times a week. 3 times a week to see if I have
yeah.
anything new there.
And near the end here, Fort Garry Brewing Summer Social Pack. Give that a grab. Lemon, Frontier, Cranberry Crush, and Northern Light. And finally, I believe we have the Duff's Ditch, a cream ale from Stone Angel Brewing. But yeah, that is the Winnipeg Beer News of the week.
All right, and we're going to take a quick break, and we will be super back.
Beer News!
We'll be super back after for a very special Flight in a Pint.
Oh, Michael, this is going to be fun to watch.
Jordan, we're super back. Ultra back. The most back we've ever been back.
Pat,
Guess who's back?
did you get
Baby
sunburn yesterday?
I did, yes.
Huh.
Yeah, I'm feeling flush.
Yeah, no, I took a.
You did too.
Yeah,
James did too.
Yeah, I
Am I the only one that cares about my dermatology?
No, I don't tan. I'm white and then I burn. That's the two. That's the two.
Yeah, there's no in between.
It's burn or pale.
I heard that the
still have
best
a
way to
tan.
defend against COVID is vitamin D, so I did this on purpose.
Vitamin C.
Smart.
Yeah.
Dr. James.
Vitamin D.
I take vitamin D every day.
Oh.
Read a book.
Oh no, I read the book.
Vitamin C. Great singer.
No, she had one hit. Graduation song. It's overrated.
Do you hate-
a song? Yeah. Oh, good for me.
Do you like Who Let the Dogs Out?
Who?
Who?
Right?
Who?
How can you hate vitamin C?
All right, so
She had
this-
orange hair.
I think
She did.
we talked about it as a group, and with this
Sort
flight,
of thing for her.
She probably also hated the
with
sun.
a flight and a pint. God damn it. We've been through the ringer this week with wrestling. I think we decided we want a little break from wrestling. So what we did is we apologize in advance for people who are not from Winnipeg, but buckle up and follow along. I think it's fun. You could really, see yourself in
The
a
guy
our
in
shoes
France is in for a trip.
here. Yeah. So no, we can't. 'Cause you can't fly.
Oh yeah, you can't go anywhere.
So what we're gonna do
What
is
are you, me?
Jordan. I'm actually gonna set this up this week for Flight and a Pint.
Whoa!
This week for Flight and a Pint, we have a very okay. Hang on, I'll come back to you. We did
Oh,
the vote last
comebacks.
week. We did the vote last week. Matt was stuffing the ballot.
I did nothing
Oh
of the
my
sort.
God, Matt! Matt, we looked up all of the
Yeah.
people who voted. A lot of people who are affiliated with Matt, Matt's friends,
Well,
Matt's
people-
wife's friends.
Well, like what? His
Hold on.
wife's,
Can
his
I
wife's,
defend
his
myself?
wife's friends that have multiple accounts all voted for him.
Yeah.
Can I defend myself?
Matt's account and the Instagram account voted for
Have to
him.
test the poll.
Like it's not gonna work or what?
You never know.
I've never heard that in a podcast setting.
You couldn't ask Janelle to test the poll.
Yeah.
Oh,
No, because
James.
because I let her sleep in on a
James.
Saturday
Cease and
like a
desist.
like a
James.
gentleman.
Cease and desist.
James, she is a upstanding lady.
Okay, so I want to defend myself real quick. I didn't stuff shit. I just have more friends than you guys.
Yeah. Whatever you.
That's so not true.
That's it. That's incorrect.
You have
Nah,
more.
that's
You
super
may have more
incorrect.
acquaintances than we do.
I have more friends with kids, so they're on their phone a lot
I think
more.
this week will be a good test. I think with the graphic, when I make the graphic,
All
I'll make
the
the graphic.
kids
It's
are
great.
voting. It's
I
just
am
ridiculous.
going to. We're gonna put the draft results out, but I'm not gonna put names. I'm gonna put drafter number 1, drafter number 2, drafter number 3, drafter number 4, and then we'll show who won.
You just got rid of like 10 votes.
Nope. No.
For you.
Yeah.
Yeah, good.
So you have to.
So people actually have to read the vote. No, this is dumb. I veto
No,
it.
it's the same thing. You're just replacing
People have to do
names.
research
Yeah.
before they vote.
You're replacing
You
names.
actually have to
with
read the
people.
graphic
Yeah,
before
people don't want to read the graphic. They want to vote for their favorite.
I guarantee they'll want to
They
read this
don't
graphic.
have to read the
They'll wanna
graphic.
read this
They
graphic.
just look at draft.
No, they
1,
want to
2,
vote
3,
for
and
their
4.
favorite personality on the show.
No, that's
You sound like Donald Trump right now.
Whoa.
No, this isn't fair.
I'm doing the fingers. Doing them right now.
All right, so Jordan, tee it up. What are we doing this week for Flight and a Pint?
Oh, Patrick.
I'm under protest just for
I
that.
have been waiting to do this Flight and a Pint since it was suggested weeks ago. We were doing a Flight and a Pint of frustrating Winnipeg streets. This beautiful city that has been cars used on roads built for horse and buggy travel. This city where you fly into the middle, and if you throw a rock, you can hit the edge of it. I am not from here, but I love here. Winnipeg.
Amen, brother.
I can really
Where-
hear it in your voice.
Winnipeg, where every street is 2 lanes too thin or 20 kilometers less than it should be. Winnipeg, frustrating streets, Flight and a Pint. Pat, back to you.
Oh, all right. So Matt, because you won, sort of, I will allow you to
With
pick.
1 T.
Yes, under protest
It's
of the
bullshit.
second team. Yeah. So Matt, I will allow you to select the draft order as James did last week.
Okay. James, when would you like to pick? Because you're the only one who hasn't made fun of me yet.
Oh, that's nice.
That's soft.
See, sometimes this pays off.
As long as I have the right to veto.
I would like a 2. I'll take a 2.
Oh, okay. Sounds good. I'm going to pick 4th because I like that spot. Pat, because you're a scumbag, you can vote. You can go first.
Oh fuck!
That means I'm third.
That means Jordan's 3rd.
I feel like I'm setting the tempo here that I shouldn't be setting, and I feel like you did that on purpose. And well played.
100% did that on purpose.
Yeah, I know you did.
Yeah.
And
You're about to pick the wrong street.
This is the most subjective thing we've ever done.
It is.
So I can't wait. Like,
People
I
are
feel
gonna be like, I love that street. What's wrong with that street?
I lived on that street. It's gonna come up multiple times.
So-
I'm sure.
My Nana lives there.
Fuck your nana.
Look, so
Whoa!
So here we go. I'm gonna fuck this up. I'm probably gonna lose this week, but I thought this was a fun little category to go with. So my first pick for Flight and a Pint of frustrating Winnipeg streets, I'm gonna pick Portage Avenue.
Portage, the
Why?
one.
Why? Because first of all,
More like highway fun.
look, I love the Winnipeg Jets. I hate that the arena is on that street.
I've never driven down the street to get to the arena.
I know, but it's frustrating to walk across it when you're going to a game.
You can't walk across it.
Yeah, you can. You can walk across Portage.
Oh, Portage, Maine, you can't walk across.
Oh yeah, so one
I'm just gonna let
I
you
hope
talk.
everybody.
200th of it?
This man won the draft last week.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's frustrating. I mean, Portage Places on Portage. Is that even a mall?
Technically.
Have you ever seen the movie Mad Max?
No.
Yes, that's what Portage Place
that
is.
is what Portage Place
Yeah, it
is.
just-
Wow.
The stories that street could tell, and the fact that I always don't feel entirely safe on Portage.
Actually, the highest valued real estate street in Winnipeg.
Really?
Yes.
Okay,
I looked
but-
it up.
It's because it's in the center.
So so I agree that it's an incredibly frustrating street, but I feel like as you get further away from it, it's an underrated food street. Underrated
Lots
food
of
street,
food on
Highway
that.
1.
I will
the
agree
best
with that.
Jamaican restaurant in Winnipeg, in my opinion, is on Highway 1. KNS Island Grill, shout out. No free ads, but just for you.
Are you calling it Highway 1?
I like calling it Highway 1.
That's wrong.
I like it. Isn't it Highway 1?
It is Highway 1.
Yeah, but I like
It's called
calling it that.
Portage. It's Portage.
No, but it's like Winnipeg. It's like it has 45 street names as it goes further away.
Oh,
But
don't.
anyways, you're pumping up my street and I don't like it. It's the most, for me, anytime I go down Portage, I'm stressed out. I don't know where to turn, when to turn. I'm a shitty driver when I don't know where I'm going.
It's got one ways across the
Yeah.
middle of it
No, not
everywhere.
just when you don't know
and
where you're going.
overpasses.
I've actually gotten better, but Portage always stresses me out. So I think, for me, that was a slam dunk pick. I'm taking Portage Avenue. I think if you don't pick Portage in the first 4 picks, it's crazy to me. So
I
I'm gonna
think
pick
that's
Portage.
fair. I think that's fair.
So yeah, I'm going to pick Portage. So to you, James.
All right. Well, since Jordan's rant there, I'm a little worried about my pick, so I'm going to have to take this one now. So let's say Matt wants to come visit me in the North End. He's probably going to have to take one road and not turn off of it once. But that road is going to change names 1, 2, 3, 4,
I know.
7 times. So let's say he hits Dakota. He's going north
Oh,
on Dakota.
no.
Oh,
It's going
no.
to quickly turn into Dunkirk, which then quickly turns into Osborne. Keep note, he hasn't turned at any point here. He's going to keep going north, and it's going to turn into Memorial because, fuck it, we're Winnipeg, right? He's going to keep going. It's now Balmoral. Don't ask me why. It's going to be Isabel. Now, this is the most frustrating part. Isabel, like, you can make the argument that Dakota, Dunkirk, Osborne, Memorial, Balmoral, there's a bit of a swerve. But then it turns into Isabel, which then turns into Salter because it goes over a bridge. Winnipeg, right?
I love that bridge.
It doesn't make any sense.
Love Salter
And I tried to find some sort of theory in the planning of all of this, and it doesn't make any sense because when you look at it on a map, it's all Route 62. 62, Dakota, Route 62. Dunkirk, Route 62. Osborne, Route 62.
I was going to ask, what do you pick?
I love it.
That
All of
stretch
it.
roads.
All of it.
So
Fit
how
that-
am I going to put that on the graphic?
just
Well,
Highway
good luck.
62.
What am I going to put? Route 62?
Yeah,
Really,
Route 62.
really small font.
Okay, I'll go Route 62.
With all the small font.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'll
you're
put
gonna
that.
have to put it in.
You'll have
That's
Send
the
me that.
You're
frustrating
gonna have to
part
put
about
an
Route
enhanced
62.
feature in.
apparently.
Yeah. No,
Yeah, so yeah.
Yeah, we're
Damn
gonna need
it.
it. Enhance.
I have to kind of take away one of my
That's,
picks
yeah,
now
I know.
because
You took away a pick from me.
Yeah.
I think it's. I honestly.
that was actually a smart pick.
The
You just
best
took
part-
So
You
many
just
roads.
annihilated half the draft board.
No, but the best part is that James somehow didn't hit the road I want to take first. So
All right,
I'm
so
gonna
we'll
get
go
some-
to you, Jordan, for your
Okay.
pick.
Well-
and can I just say, James, amazing rant on the
That was
Yes.
phenomenal.
There's a few things that get me heated, and that is one of them. Don't ask me why.
Yes. Winnipeg, I've come to find, is a city of ends. You either live in the north end or the south end, the east end or the west end. And James talked about the north end version of the street of magical colors, or I said magical names, if you will, like Joseph in the Technicolor Dreamcoat. And I'm going to take the south end version of that, starting with Keniston Boulevard. Keniston Boulevard, which has been 2 lanes unnecessarily since the dawn of time, right? Filled with potholes on a general commute. Oh, it's summer now, so there's no snow? Wonderful, it's down to 1 lane. We have to fix everything. As you approach the airport, it splits into 2 roads. Fuck you, okay? if you're going one way, it goes to the outside, but if you're going the other way, you're going a different direction.
Can I just say, Portage and then Kenaston is a close second for the most frustrating.
Oh,
street
incredibly. Incredibly.
Traffic is why are people on the road all the time?
It drives you. It drives me nuts. Now, let's say we're going towards Whyte Ridge, if you will, from Kenaston, right? You start to turn left, and magic occurs. Do you go over an overpass? No. Deal with it, Sterling Lion. Right? Or not Sterling Lion, Bishop Grandin. Excuse me, See? So now you turn it. Now you're Bishop Grandin. Right? And you're going that way. But do you go under the underpass? We made Kenaston longer. It wasn't there before, but it is now. So now it goes all the way through Bridgewater to the perimeter. You used to go through Waverly that way, but screw you. We shut that off. And it's like you could throw a rock from the end of Waverly to the perimeter, but we don't like that. So that is my official pick, but it's mostly because Kenaston between Taylor and the overpass to get towards Polo Park has been 2 lanes forever, and it doesn't need to be. And everyone complains about it, and we haven't done anything about it. I'm hoping we have soon because I feel like we've finished up the land dispute there, but figure it out. That is my first pick. I don't know how I think we'll call it like Kenaston / Bishop Grandin. That's what I'll officially call it. Route 90. I would like to officially name it Route 90. Okay. But Route 90 is going to be my first pick for most frustrating streets in Winnipeg.
All right, Matt, we're going to go to you for 2.
Before I make my 2 picks, I'm very happy with how this is going so far.
Let's calm down. Those are the first 3 picks.
I feel like it's going well, and it's going to fall off a cliff, and that's perfect.
I feel like I'm just going to do poorly, and it's going to be a train wreck.
You guys went with... So, James and Jordan went with streets that change names and make no sense. Pat, you went with a very frustrating street to drive on. I'm going to go with something that's 2, actually, that are very frustrating to drive on, but for this exact same reason, and I feel good about picking them for the exact same reason. My first pick is going to be St. James.
Oh, okay.
St. James Street is... Sorry, James.
It's bad.
Consistently voted the worst street in Winnipeg.
Oh, this man did his research.
Yes, I did. Full of potholes. Full of...
Oh, my God.
Full of undulations. Yes, we are on the prairies, and there's undulations. It's not well organized. It's only 2 lanes.
Topography is horrible.
Topography is horrible.
Look at us with words.
It's not... It's 2 lanes. The lanes are too small. And then it expands to 4 lanes, but only for a short stretch beside Polo Park. It makes no sense. It makes no sense. But then you get caught in a lane, you have to turn into Polo Park, and then when you get to Polo Park, you don't know how to get a parking lot. How the hell do you get out of that parking lot? It's a trap.
I hate that street.
I hate Polo Park. I will
Anytime you
avoid
get to the
Polo Park.
parkade, all right, see you later.
I also have a phobia of parkades. Little known fact about me.
Being on
Janelle
the top
has
of
to
them
drive
or
out
the
of-
bottom of them?
Doesn't matter.
Or is it the skinny,
If
upward?
we go to a Jets game and
it's
park in a
horrifying.
parkade, Janelle has to drive out of the
Horrifying.
parkade.
I hate
And then we
parades.
switch
You
usually.
want to try driving my standard car?
No.
Memorial.
Fucking stalling on the...
Standard cards are the weirdest flex I've ever seen.
They're fun to drive.
If they want to make it automatic, just let them make it automatic.
I'm fast as fuck, boy.
And now,
Not anymore.
And now
those
I will
auto
go
systems
to-
are so quick.
a street that I think a lot of people will be like, oh yeah, that is a terrible street, and it's always got construction, and it's also, they're doing construction on it all the time, and yet it doesn't get better, and Pat's very upset about it. I'm taking Archibald.
Because I'm going to pile on. I'm going to pile on as soon as you grow out. Like,
Yeah.
Archibald always has construction,
Archibald's
but yet
terrible.
it doesn't get better. It's 4 of the smallest lanes in the world, and people drive either too fast or too slow because nobody really knows the speed limit. Is it 60? Is it 50? You can go 50.
I go
you can
50. I go 55 just to make sure.
Yeah, just to make sure. The cops are always there.
Always.
Always.
So, fun little quick story. My pay, which is French for grandpa, he used to get pulled over all the time because he used to hide at the bottom of Tal Pool parking lot.
Yeah.
He got pulled over once. So frustrated. It was like the 3rd time in 3 years that he got pulled over at the exact same spot. And they come to the window and they're like, they write him up his ticket and they're like, sir, do you have any questions? He goes, yeah. Why do you always gotta be hiding? Just show yourself.
Be a man,
Coward.
And they're like, I don't know what to say, sir. And he was like, what? Just stop hiding.
Yeah.
I'm gonna speed anyways, he said.
And let me tell you, I'm gonna help out your pick here. You know the 2 of the worst things about Archibald is?
Turning onto it?
No, there's no shortcut to Archibald. You know how you get to Archibald? You just drive to Archibald.
It's a very deliberate
Yeah,
road.
it's horrible. And then you know what?
And it smells like
at some point, Archibald turns into what? Turns into what? For some reason. Why can't it just say Archibald the whole way?
Wow, we've seen already
That's
a number
the
of
most Winnipeg thing.
There's
It
no
is.
reason.
Now that we're saying all this, why do all our streets change in different streets and you don't turn?
So stupid. It
Do you know in classic grid, like we're a spoken wheel, I believe, but classic grid setups, odd go one way and even go another because everything's numbered. But Winnipeg, it's like, nah, we're just gonna like.
terrible.
Some neighborhoods are alphabetical.
Matt, I-
Others are not.
Some
have names, some do not.
I almost took Archibald as my first pick just because I hate
And
it so
that
much.
wouldn't have been a bad pick.
The fact that I have to drive that every day to go to work, and I have to slow down when I change lanes because there's so many potholes and there's cones all the time.
an obstacle
and
course.
nobody fixes anything. They had cones on it for 2 weeks, and then you know what they just did? They put in new manholes. There's potholes everywhere, and you just put in new manholes. I'm done.
Jordan, second pick.
Holy shit.
Second pick of the
This
second
is
round.
barely the second round. Okay. I'm going to take a personal pick here because since I've moved out of La Condo, I've seen this every day. I'm going to pick Scurfield Boulevard, specifically in Whyte Ridge. People of Whyte Ridge, you have the most sidewalks per square foot that I've ever seen in my entire life. You have sidewalks and inlaid streets, okay? You have literally, your houses are pushed back from the main road of Scurfield so that people can drive down them. Why do you always walk on the main road? Every single one of you. You get on the street and you're like, okay, time for me to go for my morning walk. You know where I'm gonna do it? Down the middle of Scurfield. right in front of the school zone. You know what the worst part is? Half of you don't even wave. You don't even wave. You're not even mad. You're like, I am walking and I'm important, more important than you. And that's how you all walk.
I can already see the track suits with the reflectors on the last
James,
3/4 of the pants.
James, let me tell you. And so Scurfield in Whyte Ridge, I hate you. I hate you so much. I hate you. I don't hate the street specifically, but you people who walk down it, get on the fucking sidewalk. Okay? That's what, you know what? If I drove on the sidewalk, you'd be pissed. Wouldn't you? You'd be pissed. Okay? I don't come in your space. Get out of mine.
My mind is blown by that take.
That's it. I'm furious about it. I'm taking Scurfield specifically in Whyte Ridge. I want that in brackets on the graphic. Scurfield brackets in Whyte Ridge.
Why would it fit so much text?
Figure it out. Do your job. Okay? Scurfield, Whyte Ridge. I hate you.
All right, James.
I hate every second of you.
James, you're up next.
I'm
My
shocked.
parents live on that street too. So if I'm driving down there and I see you, I'm gonna hit you.
Wow.
Not on purpose, for
to
legal
interrupt.
reasons.
All right. Well, considering this is the most random draft ever, I'm shocked this is still on the board.
Oh, I know. We took almost every street in Winnipeg.
Especially with all you South End folk. One of the biggest streets that despise me. I have a big history with it because of where I coach football. The highway that is not a highway,
No!
but Pembina Highway.
No!
Pembina Highway, baby.
This must be the only highway in the world. Yes, the world.
At least it doesn't change names.
Thankfully, it doesn't change names, but it's got a crosswalk every 5 fucking feet. It doesn't make any sense. It's supposed to be a highway, but it's not. They expanded it at the most congested part of Pembina Highway, and it's still slow as F. I mean, I'm so
bad.
heated right now over the street because for the last 12 years that I've been coaching football, I have to drive there. It always seems to be under construction at the same spot. Like they've done nothing. And I gotta talk to some city councilor. I don't live there, but I'm gonna go rant to him because it's an inconvenience on my day every time. The only good thing that they ever did with that is adding the bike lane, because I swear to God, every person that owns a bike decides that's where they're gonna go during rush hour, and then it turns into dodging bikers, but also dodging the asshole with a big truck beside you who's not gonna give you any room.
Oh,
in his
James,
lane.
by the way, the right lane in both directions, undrivable. Undrivable. It's a two-lane street.
Well, it's always a guess, right? The right lane seems to be the fast lane.
Either
and you're
there's
gonna hop
a
in there.
pothole, a car,
A car, yes,
or
a bike. Yeah.
it's clear.
Yeah, everybody stays left to the right.
It makes no sense.
So then if you want to really test your luck, you're going to hop into the right. Hopefully there's no parked cars,
Yeah.
because if there is, nobody's going to let you
and
in.
God forbid you have to get across it to the other side.
No.
Like, like rest in peace, Godspeed.
Yeah.
It's like Frogger.
Sorry, everybody else.
Yeah.
I need to turn left.
It's
Pat, before you make your next pick, I just want to say, I don't care, and I'm sorry to all our listeners, I don't care if nobody likes it. This is the most fun I've had
oh my God.
in a long time.
We're only through 2 rounds.
We're not even through 2 rounds.
I got 2.
Oh my god,
And
I don't even know where we
Because
are.
apparently we're just going on rants, so I don't even care if you guys like my picks. I'm gonna go same vein as you, Jordan.
This is just like like the post wrestling era. I am frustrated. It's time to relax. Like this is an airing of this is Festivus. We are doing Festivus.
So here, like in general, I don't mind this street, but then I think harder on it, and let me tell you, I'm gonna pick my next pick is gonna be Marion. Jordan says people walk on the street on
Marion.
good. They walk.
Food on Marion.
They
You know
walk
what,
on.
Marion's-
Can I talk? Can I do my?
It's not really a
So
great
you say Skirfield, everybody walks on the street. On Marion, Matt, we've been around Marion our whole life. People just don't use crosswalks. They just cross whenever.
They just cross wherever.
They just
Oh,
cross
it's
whenever.
wild.
And that is why I'm picking it, because everybody
And
takes
why
it.
is everyone going to the Safeway?
And you know what?
Always.
You know what the worst part is?
Always.
Everybody's taking the carts from the Safeway and pushing them across the street. And you know what pisses me off? When you see them on the side of Marion, they don't bring them back to the Safeway.
It's like flat Jackass. It's like Jackass, but they don't go down a hill. They're
We
not in
have
San Francisco or
very
Manitoba.
few Safeways left, and I do all my grocery shopping in Safeway. Shout out Safeway. And they have to buy new carts all the time because they're all over Marion.
And you know what they do to get those carts? Increase the prices.
Yeah, and you know what? The places that are good to eat there, it is a absolute danger zone to turn into those places. Turn into Dairy Whip, Matt?
Yeah, you shouldn't turn in.
Yeah. People they don't know where to turn in.
You should just park at the Marion vendor and then walk.
Well, you got to be careful when you park there. You don't want to hit one of the 20 bikes sitting over
Yeah,
front
because
of
you
it.
hit one of those bikes, you're probably
20
gonna
bikes,
die.
and then when you're parked, people just drive right through the middle of the parking lot. Through cars. Go fucking around, man. It's so frustrating. I go to Wee Beer, they have good beer, but like I feel unsafe. I'm opening my door, close the door, walk.
I gotta turn down like
People are coming coming hot. They're coming in hot off Marion too. Totally hot off Marion, and they almost hammer you every time. Damn. It's just so frustrating, and it's so bad because they do low key have the best chicken chef on that street.
That is the best chicken
They
shop
also
in the
have
city.
low key the best Subway in the city on that street.
Let's fucking go!
Across from Maple Leaf. You've probably went there. Great Subway.
Oh, that Subway.
But it's all negated
that
because
Subway's only there because of me.
and you know what? But then you go in that stretch of street, it's almost as bad as Archibald with all the craters that are called potholes, and they never fix them. They always worry about Archibald. Marion gets no love ever. Nobody ever asphalts over it. But I'm done. I'm picking Marion as my second pick.
Okay, you need a third
Now
now.
you need a third.
Oh boy.
This is when I think it starts getting a little bit interesting.
It gets personal now.
This
I think it's still pretty
James,
general.
this one's personal, and I'm picking it at 3 because I hate it so much from looking at houses for so long.
oh no.
This street, you probably don't know it. Matt probably does. It is the most overrated street with the most overrated houses in the south end
Can
of the
I
city.
guess?
Go ahead.
Wellington.
No,
Oh.
I'm going
Oh wait, yeah, that's out of all of our tax brackets. Sorry.
Kingston Row.
Kingston Road. Yes.
Kingston Road. Where is that?
It's impossible to get to, so you probably never
There
been
is
there.
literally like it was this magical land that Ryan told me about when we were looking for a house. We should buy on Kingston Row. I'm like, sure, let's go check. We checked out one house. First
Every city ever has had a Kingston Road.
of all, the house we checked had a crack in the foundation, and the realtor decided for 20 minutes to explain to me how it wasn't a big deal. And then you drive down, and all the houses are fucking super old. I would never buy a house on Kingston Row,
They're
but
actually really nice though.
they're super nice.
Don't you
nice.
talk about River Park South like that?
I cannot.
No, not the same.
The
area.
amount of
I know,
houses.
that's why I'm because
the amount of houses that
Charleston's
I-
like that too. It's shit.
And because I was put in my brain that Kingston Row is desirable to live on, I looked at all the houses and I went, we can't afford this. So it was a daily reminder that I had to drive down Kingston Row because every once in a while I'll be like, hey, turn down Kingston Row, let's go look at houses. And it was a constant reminder that I can't afford that.
It's a very deliberate road to get to. There's 2 access points. It's,
I still
it's
don't.
Either,
I'm gonna.
Oh,
Google
wait,
it.
it's either you turn off of
Wait, hang on.
Dunker, Dakota, Osborne.
A Winnipeg Street only has 2 access points. Welcome to a whole community called Sage Creek.
Oh.
I didn't even get to finish though.
They're
because
just
you gotta
preparing
turn
for the
off
zombie
Dunker,
apocalypse.
or you access it through BDI.
2 choke points.
You gotta walk
right?
with your
No
ice
one's
cream
getting
to get
third.
there.
So yeah, I'm gonna go Kingston Row, just on a personal standpoint.
Is it Kingston Row?
Kingston
or
Row.
It's Row.
Oh, I didn't even know that.
So you know what? Would I love to live on Kingston Row? Absolutely. But it's a constant reminder whenever I look at
If you ever buy a house on Kingston Row, I will not go there
Why?
because I don't know how to get there.
But you got BDI right
That's the. Oh my
no.
gosh.
I'm about to pick BDI.
Kingston Row.
So yeah, I'm going Kingston Row strictly on a personal standpoint. It's just frustrating
It
for
has
me
its
to
own
drive down.
turn off.
It does.
Yeah.
I do know someone who lived down there. Actually.
James?
All right, James, to you.
That's a good pick. Now that I think it's gonna become Jordan has to now Google the streets, and I'm gonna start. And I agree with you because I know them by location. Yeah, Kingston Road's rough.
James is pondering right
Yeah, no, I'm glad that Jordan's
Imagine
really
being
carrying
super
there,
close
because
to
I
the
gotta
Red
get-
River, and it's like of all the rivers you probably don't want to be close to.
Okay, so I'm ready here. I'm ready here. And I think this is also the biggest money trap that the city could ever do. I'm going to say Grant, right by the Grant Park Mall.
Yeah.
Clutch.
Right
pick.
by the Grand Park Mall.
I'm going to get very specific because
Are you talking about the street that isn't a street but lets you turn into it kind of like a street, so you can turn right into Grant Park? But it's not a street.
but it's also the street that, like, let's say
But
you're
it's not a
coming
street.
off of Pembina fucking Highway,
But it's a
you
street.
turn onto Grant, it's 60, right? And you're like, here we go, free living, 60, right? The way it should be. This is a 4-lane road. I'm ready to go. But then all of a sudden you get right by Grant Park Mall and it's like 50. Oh, and here's a camera.
Yeah.
Hey, here's a camera right here.
You know what? That's the first
You know what
pick.
the worst part is? I've gotten caught by that camera
James.
twice.
Everybody's gotten caught by
James,
that camera.
that's the first pick, and I was waiting for the camera picks.
Yeah.
I
Oh,
knew
yeah.
it. I was like, there's going to be photo radar picks that we are going to have thrown out because of how stupid. It's impersonal. You know, it's impersonal. So the cameras are impersonal. Pull me over like a man.
So MPI had to release
Talk
the
to me while
numbers
you
on how much
got
their
me.
camera intersections were pulling in. That intersection, by far, millions. Yes, I said millions.
With an M?
And millions.
Ahead of any other intersection in the city. It's a trap. It's all
It's a
there
trap.
for.
It's a trap.
Insert
and I don't-
admiral.akbar.gif right
And
here.
I'm going to get personal. I'm bringing different high schools into this. People say, oh, the Grand Park High School's right there. That's why you got to slow down. Nobody goes to that school.
No.
Nobody goes.
No.
I went to Churchill. We're in the little South End Triangle, Churchill, Kelvin, Grant Park. None of us went to class ever.
By the way, no one's ever crossing Grant.
No.
Like, they cross to go to McDonald's, and they stand in the 95,000 soccer fields next to that school. None of those kids cross to go to the other side. There's nothing there.
What? There's Pan Am Pool over there. Nobody goes to Pan Am Pool anymore, right? How many 10-meter jumpers do we have in the Olympics out of Winnipeg? Do you ever see? Zero. That road sucks. I hate it.
Yeah,
Next.
literally what we do is we curl.
All right.
Isn't that all, like, Winnipeg?
We're real good at curling.
Athletes are curling.
The
Like,
pick-
no, but if we go to the Olympics, we're curling.
So
right?
James, the pick is Grant by the Grand Park Mall.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, let's go
With
with that.
bracket. I want
There
brackets.
will be brackets. Jordan, you're up next.
Is it me again?
It is you.
Oh, you know what? Okay, so this is the first pick that
You
I'm
might
like...
want to go away from your old neighborhood. You picked two in your
No, I
neighborhood.
know. This is the first pick I might get some stink for, and I would like to say that
Put some stank on it.
this pick is going to encompass all neighborhoods. I'm going to pick the perimeter third. I'm going to pick the perimeter. Here's why.
Can we pick the perimeter?
Yes, you can.
Yes,
I'm
you
gonna
can,
tell
because I was going to
exactly
do it
why.
next.
I don't mean to turn this into a Toronto thing, but I'm going to. I grew up in a place where the highways went through the cities, and the amount of time...
Swing goes around.
Okay, so when you get to the perimeter, for those of you not in Winnipeg, you get to the edge of Winnipeg. By the way, depends on where you come in, because Winnipeg hasn't completely reached the perimeter yet in some spaces. So it's like, hey, welcome to Winnipeg.
But has
and
it
you're
exceeded the perimeter to others?
yeah, so it's very odd. Okay, so you get to the perimeter, and you have to turn right or left. Or you can go straight into Winnipeg, but if you want to circumvent Winnipeg, you have to go around it. And by around it, I mean around it. Like barely see the edge of the city around Winnipeg. Then you get to the other side of Winnipeg, and you keep going. You're telling me that Winnipeg, the creators of it, thought to themselves, you know what? A single 3-lane aside highway. That's going to disrupt things. No, that's not enough.
Cloverleafs?
This city is sacred. And by God will no truck come through it unless they're dropping something off. I mean, we're in the middle of the country. It's not like we're like a logistics hub or anything, right? That's stupid. No, we're going to go all the way around the outside.
Jordan, get the cloverleafs. Go.
So,
Go.
not only... the cloverleafs.
There are none. It's all traffic lights.
I came to Winnipeg, and there's traffic lights on the highway. And I'm like, is it 1955? Like, what are we doing here? So I'm on the highway doing 100, slow down to 80. Okay, good, I'll slow down to 80. Okay, stop now. Yeah, stop now. You're doing 88 through the intersection, but we need you to stop in a relatively simple amount of time. So, yeah, God forbid you're driving a minivan. You're probably going through it like Tokyo Drift, trying to fucking throw the brakes on.
Good movie, Pat.
So, I'm going to put the perimeter on it, not because driving on it's necessarily frustrating, but the sheer basic concept of the perimeter is I honestly believe, and I believe this through my heart, that at some point in my lifetime, there will be a serious discussion about Winnipeg getting rid of the perimeter and making that like normal space and just putting a street dead through the middle. I really I truly believe but I truly believe in my heart that they will think of like they'll go, okay, Grand Beach Road, like I'm trying to think, Grand Beach and Waverly, and then something from the other two directions. Let's say like whatever goes to, you know, Northern Ontario, what's that city called? Kenora, whatever. And then somewhere else.
I love
And
Kenora.
all of them are just going to meet in one central location.
Yeah, man.
And that's going to be and that will become our highway. Because the perimeter makes no sense.
All right, so Jordan picking the perimeter highway. Matt, to you for 2.
Pat, I'd like to pick the perimeter highway between a certain section in brackets.
No, absolutely not.
The perimeter specifically between Roblin and... No,
It's my pick. You can shut up anytime.
Woo! Don't make me come through that computer screen.
All right, so I got 2. I'm going to keep this next one real short. I'm going to pick Jubilee.
Oh.
Jubilee.
But so much potential elation. It's
Yeah,
a Jubilee.
It's a Jubilee. And you know what? One of the places I love to frequent in the summer, and everybody loves to frequent it, is BDI. BDI is right on Jubilee.
Exactly where
Jubilee
you're
is 4 lanes. Another 4 lanes that are extremely small. By the way, it's super busy, but you can park on it. You can park.
The right lanes are fucked. Always stop.
Might as well be a 2-lane.
And God forbid you live off of Jubilee, because
I did.
James did. James used to.
So James,
yeah, when he was a kid.
on average, how long did it take you to turn onto Jubilee?
Well,
Joke's on you, he
You
walked
always
everywhere.
travel to the light. That's the big
Yeah,
thing.
you got to travel the light.
You gotta travel
Those are
the
always
light.
good streets.
Yeah, you got to sneak around there. But the best part about Jubilee, I'm not going to try to steal your thunder.
No,
here,
no,
but I'm going to get
never.
this quick one in.
Yeah.
Is all the houses on Jubilee usually have a front-facing driveway.
Yeah.
So if it's rush hour and then all of
Yeah.
a sudden you get some jackass who's like, oh, I'm late for work. Instead of beating the traffic, I'm just going to back into everybody. Let me in.
Yeah.
That's how
yeah.
it goes.
Yeah. So, but by the way, if you want to connect Pembina Highway to our downtown, you basically have to take Jubilee, which, by the way, sucks.
Yes.
Just don't do it.
Does it ever?
But everybody does it. You ever been on Jubilee during rush hour? No.
There's
People
no
use
rushing.
Jubilee during rush hour?
I'll say there's no rushing.
I was just going to say, there is no rush hour on Jubilee. Everybody just drives 10 under. That's Jubilee for you.
Okay, that's your first pick.
Yeah, that's my first pick. And now my second pick, now we're getting into where I
This
feel
is
like
very preferential
Vendetta
at this
time.
point.
I'm
sorry, did you hear my rant about Skirfield? There wasn't a vendetta.
I have a personal vendetta, and this is echoed by several people. I love, but also absolutely despise this road. You may want to veto it because I don't know if it's actually within the city limits, but I don't care. Brady Road.
I accept Brady
Are you
behind...
talking about Brady now or Brady before they closed it off because of the accidents that they always had there?
I'm just taking all of it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm taking all of it. So
I don't
Brady
even know what
Road.
you're talking about.
Brady Road
is
do
the
you
dump.
not at all? Brady
Oh, I know
Road...
the Brady Landfill.
No,
Yeah, I knew that.
because you know how I know Brady Road? I'm shocked you picked that because it's right behind Whyte Ridge. That road is... When you first get to the city, you think that's a real road if you look on a map. And you take your car down there and you're like, I don't have a muffler now. Like, it's not.
Yeah, so first of all, a terrible road.
I got my new car. It wasn't new, but at the time, I just thought it was a normal road. I had to stop and turn around, and I went home, and I'm like, hey guys, mom and dad, Brady Road, super not a road.
No.
Like, don't take it to get
And
to
then
the
never
road.
mind. So now you're driving down Brady Road. So Brady Road is the dump.
Yeah, so now
So
we're going
people
to the
driving
dump.
down Brady Road have stuff that they're bringing to the dump. Junk, in other words. Mm-hmm. Who ties down junk?
No one.
No one.
'Cause it's junk.
So,
It's junk.
I mean, there's junk everywhere.
Yeah.
So now all of a sudden, you're driving over junk. If you went, especially the old dump, now it's a little better, but I still feel like you're dodging shit in the middle of the road. But if you've gone to the dump and not picked up a nail, have you ever really lived? No. Have you ever really gone to the dump?
If you leave the Brady landfill without a flat tire, go buy lottery
Stay
tickets right away.
extremely woke. I think, you know how like car companies are starting to say like, hey, we'll put in extra money if you get a new car and we'll cover your tires.
Yeah.
Yeah. The city of Winnipeg started that because if you don't get it nailed at twice a year, somewhere, somehow.
There's a push right now for Manitoba to go to mandatory winter tires. So now instead of
I will lose my shit if that happens.
now instead of getting new tires every time you go to the dump, you got to get it twice a year because you go in the winter too, and then So
I got
Brady Road.
Rebar.
Be better.
All right.
Matt,
Brady Road.
you'll love this. Going down to the dump once, piece of not rebar, rebar through one of my tires.
Not rhubarb. That's a good
rhubarb. Yeah, a pie hit my tire. It's rebar, right?
Good luck to your basement.
Yes.
All right, so Jordan, you're up for one pick.
Okay.
Pick number 4.
I am so excited to take this pick. Pat, I'm going to need brackets again. I humbly apologize, but it's very important. I'm going to take Corridon Avenue, but I want...
Sorry, what avenue?
It's at Corridon?
Corridon.
Corridon?
Corridon.
I know, but I'm saying it like it's supposed to be said. I'm going to take Corridon, specifically starting wherever the Harveys and Swiss Chalet and Pat, did you write on this down? I'll figure out the street. I want Corridon and Stafford, starting at Stafford, ending at Confusion Corner. Yeah. It's not because when you're driving. It's not because of that. It's because when you're sitting on one of those patios, anyone who's ever had a car that makes a noise ever comes by and lets you know that they bought a car that makes a noise. Hey guys, look, I have a Camaro. It's the lowest base model, but the muffler makes it sound fast.
You get like that.
Yep. Hey guys, look, I have a Civic from 1992, but my muffler sounds fun.
That's a great Civic.
Have you ever tried to park on Corridon? Or off of Corridon? Or anywhere around Corridon?
No, you can't. You can't park there. If you're sitting on a patio, you can't hear the people, not because of the music. It's because some guy who, I don't know what he does. It's the guy at Good Life who bought a Lamborghini, decides that he's going to remind everyone that...
Oddly specific.
Oh, yeah, don't worry. There was another thing in there that would let everyone in the city who's ever been to Good Life Kennison know exactly who this guy is. But yeah, he just puts his foot on the gas pedal and zips on by your nice little sit at, I don't know, let's pick a restaurant. Saffron's, sure.
Good seat pick.
By the way, all-time friend story from Saffron's that we're never going to say on this podcast ever. So, yeah, Corridon's my pick because, I mean, every moment you start thinking you have a moment of silence and someone who's ever driven a car that makes a noise ever comes down. So that's my official pick.
Can you send me the exact coordinates of the bracket so I can put it on the graph?
I want Corridon bracket between Stafford and Confusion Corner. Stafford?
You didn't even go here. Anyways, James, to you for your
I'm just used to like Matthew Stafford. I've been saying his name for years, yeah. It's Stafford?
Stafford with a T.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Matthew Stafford.
No, you were saying Safford.
All right, let's let James have his fourth pick.
So we're going to get a little specific here. I don't know if anybody... Well, okay, look, if you've ever been in the district and you're like me, you hate all the one-ways that you have downtown because if you take the wrong turn, your ass is in the jackpot and you got to find a way to get back on.
The district? Do people call it that?
Yeah. That's what you call it.
Isn't it called the Exchange?
I was just going to leave it, but yeah.
Yes, the Exchange. Okay.
Sorry, the Exchange District. Jeez.
Terrible.
We're trying to watch time on the pod, and here we go. I say the full name. But anyways, Princess. And the reason why I don't like Princess...
Is that an avenue?
It's Princess Street.
Okay.
It's Princess Street.
The whole thing? Do we want to make Pat go down a brackets rabbit hole again?
So the biggest thing I hate about Princess Street is the timing of the lights. I find the biggest thing, if you are turning on to Princess, there's a certain equation to it. You got to wait. And it's like you're sitting there watching the one on your right side and you're waiting. And now's the time to go. Because if you get it wrong, you are going to stop at every light, at every block. And it takes you 20 minutes to go 20 feet down this damn street. I hate it. The roads suck. I know it's in the Exchange District. It's the oldest part of the city. I don't care. There's no excuses. Everything in the city is all about excuses. I don't want to hear it anymore. Fix that damn street and fix the damn sequencing on the lights. That's all I ask. Because there's a lot of good things about the Exchange District, but it takes me 20 minutes to get anywhere in that damn little part of the city. That's it. I'll keep it short on that one.
You know what? James, I love it. I love that.
It's so true.
All right, so to me for my last two, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Correct.
So we're all agreed if I take... Look, I'm going to take Provencher. If I take Provencher, do I get Esplanade Real?
Oh, I don't even know what
If
that
you
means.
don't
Did
take
you just make
Provencher,
shit
I'm gonna
up?
take
The
it.
Provencher
last.
Bridge. The only reason I'm taking Provencher Bridge is there's
we're
two
taking
reasons.
bridges?
Is because the speed limit drops at a certain point,
It's also a trap road.
and it's very much a trap.
Big old trap.
100% a trap. And I've been caught twice on that camera.
Nice.
It's 50.
Never mind the camera. There's always cops there
There's
too.
always cops. I think they're looking for it, and I don't appreciate it. I feel like there's other crimes in the city they could be taken care of. But the second reason is because the Provencher Bridge, which is called Esplanade Riel.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Look,
Okay,
I'm going
cool.
to say it. Looks like a penis.
Wasn't it?
It looks like a penis held by wires.
No, it was always. Who was the, who was the mayor at the time when they built that bridge? It was him giving the finger to us on the way out because that's what.
That's probably a sad case, wasn't it?
No.
No, it's
Murray.
What
Murray.
the
Yeah.
hell
It
are you?
100%. That bridge monument looks like a penis held by wires.
And also, can we not get a restaurant there that actually makes money?
No, there's no way the restaurant.
You have to walk 20 minutes to get to it.
and it's literally always windy on that fucking bridge.
It's so dumb.
Yeah, so I'm taking Provencher for the reason that cops, it's a trap road. I don't appreciate it. And the bridge monument looks like a penis.
That's a money pick, honestly.
Yeah. You wait. I'm going to enjoy this last pick.
Okay. Pat's final pick.
I haven't picked anything from the Windsor Park region.
Oh, baby.
I'm picking.
Represent, yo.
I'm picking this strictly out of hilarity. I'm going to pick Burning Bush Bay.
Pardon?
I have no clue. What
There is a
that
bay in
Doesn't
Windsor
matter.
Park called Burning
It is-
Bush Bay.
It is
That's
actually-
very fitting for Windsor Park.
Now let me reiterate the name of this street.
Why does it
rid of
look?
that.
Why does
Bush
it
Bay.
look like that?
Do they have a pill for that?
It's off Drake.
First of all, and I think it's kind of fun that it's triple B, but it's actually Burning Bush Bay. One more time for those at home, because this is all I'm going to say about it. It's called Burning Bush Bay.
There's literally nothing wrong with that
no,
street.
it's just
other
called
than the
other
name.
than the name, and that name needs to be
So you're
changed
just a
immediately.
child.
Yes,
okay.
my last
Yeah.
picks was bridge looks like a penis, and name is hilarious. I mean, that's just what I'm going with. So yeah, Burning Bush Bay is my final pick.
And you were worried about this
Did
draft.
someone take Arlington already?
No.
No. Do you want it?
All right,
No, it's not my turn yet.
So
Sorry, I shouldn't
James,
have
you're
said
up
that
for your
out
last
loud.
pick.
I'm gonna pick. No, I'm kidding. I'm not gonna take that.
No,
I'm gonna-
Pat's gonna hate me because there's gonna be brackets again if I go. with
yeah,
Arlington.
that's another road with brackets. That's for sure. I'm gonna take a pick. This is very personal. Not a lot of people have experience on it, but if you do, it is one memorable experience, and not in a good way. This is Sherwin Road. It's Sherwin Road. So if you were to ever come to Bison Transport, you better come with a 4x4 with some jacked up shocks, because our trucks have significantly ruined that road.
Is that the one? Is that the one leading into Bison right beside the airport?
Yes.
Oh, I've driven that road to deliver Subway to you guys.
Yes.
It is in a Nissan Versa. It was an interesting moment.
Yeah, if you've got anything that's low to the ground, it is not leaving that street alive. It was so bad one time that I dropped
Like
my
a
car.
Nissan Versa?
I had dropped my car off at the dealership, and you know how they bring the shuttles to you and blah 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 blah. You take it back to work. Meanwhile, you're sharing it with people. So this shuttle was taking someone somewhere else. I can't remember where they're from, but they're from northern Manitoba, and they were sitting there talking about northern roads and how bad they are. And I was like, just you wait. They're like, what, in the city? Come on, we're talking about northern roads in the Paw. There's nothing that bad. And I was like, just wait. We weren't even on the road for more than 30 seconds. They go, this is bad. This is really bad. And we were in a jacked up minivan. And the minivan, you could hear the muffler hitting the ground. Sorry if I'm spiking the
God
mics,
damn it.
but hey, you can edit that out.
The amount
it
of
was
fixes.
so bad. Listen, if you want a life experience and you want to test your car's shocks, come on down the Sherwin Road. We'll tell you whether they're good or not.
All right. Wow. All right,
Just
to
sold
Jordan
that
for your
road. I
last
want to
pick.
go drive it.
I'm so excited because this street, no one was going to pick this, but I'm going to take it because I hate it for a special reason. Assiniboine Park Drive.
Oh, yes.
Assiniboine Park Drive. Let me tell you why. I hate going on walks. God damn it. I hate it. You guys all know I'm not an outdoorsy person. If I'm going outside, it's because A, I have to go somewhere, or B, fuck, I love my wife so much that I will go on walks with her because she wants to go on a walk, and she's a wonderful lady. And Assiniboine Park Drive, I've never been to a place where it's easier to walk into a park than drive into it, but you go down one road, and there's people walking across it. There's some guy riding a bike that's a tandem bike who almost hits your car. If you want to park on the side of it, you're on like a 45-degree slant where you think once you get out, your car's going to tumble down a hill. I can't even say enough things about a
Can I
Assiniboine
just
Park
say in a
Drive.
Assiniboine Park Drive, there's rollerbladers. You know who shouldn't rollerblade? People.
Yeah.
Because you know why? No one can rollerblade, and people who can't rollerblade don't wear helmets.
Has anyone who's ever rollerbladed ever been cool ever?
I've rollerbladed.
Roller jam was cool. That was cool shit.
Roller jam was
No, that's
awesome.
roller derby. Like
No,
I'm
roller
talking
jam on spike.
Yes, but I know I agree, but I'm saying like if you rollerblade and all your rolling wheels
slam
are in a row, you're lame.
I feel like we have another segment coming
Yeah.
up.
Yeah, like
Great spike shows.
1,001 ways to die or whatever.
So good.
NXT, number one.
NXT, okay, yeah, okay. So Assiniboine Park Drive, it's all one way, or is it mostly one way? It's somewhat one way.
You think it's one way?
Is it one?
I
feel
don't know
like
what
it's
it
one
is.
way.
I don't think it is.
All I know is the zoo is hard to get to.
The zoo's hard to get
very
to.
hard.
It changes. You think it changes names multiple times. Spoiler alert: it doesn't. It's one road. But the roads where it's like you will have to turn right to stay on Assiniboine Park Drive, or if you go straight, you're now on like Zoo Drive. Okay, so I'm gonna pick Assiniboine Park Drive also because it is an all-time change because you are on Wellington Crescent, which we all know is like turn your nose up, go to a steak restaurant, and all of a sudden you're like, oh shit, I'm in Assiniboine Park Drive. So I think that's the all-time name change Winnipeg one because it's like, oh, I'm on Wellington Crescent and I came from steak and I have $1 million house. Oh, look at me. Shit, I hit a tree because I'm in Assiniboine Park now. And that's going to be my final pick is Assiniboine Park
All right,
Drive.
Matt. Finish strong, buddy. Last pick.
Okay, so hear me out.
Oh boy.
Yeah, I'm
You
last.
never want to start with hear me out.
Just no. So just let me go. Just let me go. Don't interrupt me. Just let me go. Now, with my last pick, I could go the route of like a Demeron, which is or Desmirons,
Yeah, I was gonna say, can you say it for 70% of everyone?
which is impossible to get off of, impossible to pronounce, and 90% of the population knows but hates. I could go with a McPhillips because I mean you got to take McPhillips if you're in that end of the city, and it's just a terrible road. I could go with Regent. Regent is just Regent.
I hate
and-
Regent.
Okay, so
Everybody hates
we
Regent.
can't do this anymore because honorable mention Matt is in
Can
his
you just make your
prime.
pick, damn it?
No, did I not say let me go?
HMM.
All right. I could pick Regent. I could pick Lash because it's the longest continuous street that doesn't change names in all of Winnipeg. Fun fact for everybody. But no, I will not pick those streets. I will pick Coburn off of Jubilee. Do you know why I won't pick Coburn? James knows why I won't pick Coburn.
That street sucks.
No,
Is it like COBURN?
No,
Or is it like
no.
COU?
So that's how you think it would be spelled, but it's spelled Cockburn.
Oh, that's fair. Okay.
Jordan, that's exactly the reaction I was expecting.
Can I put my hand up? Is it Cockburn Street North or Cockburn Street South? Because I have to make a choice.
Does it matter?
Nope.
No one calls it Coburn, does it? Because it's
You
Cockburn.
do if you're a rouger, you call it
Yeah.
Coburn.
Yeah, but it says Cockburn on it.
You will get corrected if somebody actually knows where this street is. They'll be like, no, that's Coburn. No, it is spelled.
Wait a minute.
Cockburn.
But Cockburn Street North is.
And this is a
Wait,
social-
where's Cockburn Street South? It's
so
not
yes,
even
it's
close.
on the other side of Grant.
Yes, yeah.
That's the other
What
confusing
the
part.
fudge?
Yes. Which is separated by a 4-lane road and train tracks.
Oh, and it turns into Kylemore. Cockburn Street South. It doesn't even say the whole way.
So
Ridiculous.
What the Santa Claus
the reason I
shit?
picked this
Welcome
also
to Winnipeg.
is because as a young lad of 20, I had a friend who decided it
did
would
he
be
burn his
hilarious.
cock on Cockburn?
No, it would be hilarious to go and steal the street sign, and he had Cockburn or Coburn, if you want, in his basement, hung up with pride. And I always thought it was hilarious.
I think
and
it's-
I don't care if people are like, you're a child, because anyone who knows me knows that is true.
I think, Matt, if people are undecided on who they're going to vote for, they might have to decide what do they think is more funny, Burning Bush Bay or Cockburn. I think they just got to make that decision.
Yes.
I have a quick question. James, you tweeted a minute ago. Yeah. Is there anything you want to tell us? Like, are we not interesting enough for you?
I just gotta stay up on the
You
Yankees.
literally
Listen,
wrote.
it's a good
You
game for the
literally
Yankees.
wrote.
The Yankees
this.
actually decided to win a
You
game
wrote
today.
this
All right,
with a
I'm
dot.
All
with
right,
a
so let's do a
period.
quick recap and get us out of here. I had the first pick. I picked Portage Avenue, Marion, Kingston Row, Provencher, Penis Bridge, Burning Bush Bay, amazing. James had second pick. He picked Route 62, which is small font,
You want me to say it?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, could you say it for us?
Which is Dakota, Dunkirk, Osborne Memorial, Balmoral, Isabel, Salter. You've turned 0.
Vote for James. Just based on that pick.
No, you know what?
Vote for
This-
James.
Pembina Highway, and then he picked Grant, but by Grant Mall. He picked Princess Street, Grant Park Mall, and he picked Sherwin Road to finish things out. Jordan went Kenniston Boulevard,
I want the brackets.
Route 90. You'll have to send me those brackets. Skirfield Boulevard, Whyte Ridge. He picked the Perimeter Highway, Corden, by the Harveys. And he picked Assiniboine Park Drive. Matt finishes out with the fourth pick.
Harvey's is an all-time
He
bracket.
had St. James Street, Archibald, Jubilee, Brady Road, and Coburn.
Cockburn.
If it's not Harvey's / Chalet, by the way.
Swish.
If this does not get us the most votes ever, I don't know what we can do.
All right, Pat, wrap this bitch
All right,
up.
so
Clog it
you
up.
can follow us all on Untapped. You can follow us on Twitter, Instagram. Subscribe to our YouTube page. Drink local, support local. We will see you next week for another episode of Bros Bumps.